Welcome back to Jersey Forge, where today I will be showing you how to mod in Madden 24. Today we'll be looking at putting a new Rams uniform into the game. So here I'm just going to start by trying to figure out a logo. I'll probably go Rams form on the helmet here, so this probably won't matter. But I'll just choose the old school blue and white one, or actually I'm going to go with just the regular logo here. I'll probably use the same yellow and blue. So here I could type out just the information that could be used on the chest as text later. So going through this, we will see. I'm just grabbing the colors real quick here from a different window. I got the blue, and I gotta go back real quick and get the yellow. You could just get these from Photoshop or a website. You could look up the colors for teams or find a color that you think works. I like to just go into Photoshop and open up a file where I have the logo, so I could just kind of pick and choose from there. Okay, now getting into making this uniform, I kind of want to go for a retro, old school, classic look, kind of like how most of the NFL has been leaning, so I'll probably be going some direction like that. So right off of the bat, I'm definitely going to use the Rams horns. I only have one set of Rams horns available right now, so I'm just going to go with that. I'm not going to do anything too special here for the first Madden 24 mod I'm making. And then as far as the helmet goes, I really like the old school mismatched like dark gloss helmet on the light blue uniform, so I think I will try to go with something like that here on this uniform, and just for display purposes. The face mask, you have to change the colors of that manually inside of the editor, but I'll show that when we get there. But for now, I'm just trying to match it as best as I can, just so I could get kind of an idea of what the uniform will look like when it's ported into Madden. Now, going into the sleeves, there's a couple options for Ram sleeves, and I have this really nice concept I made a while back that I've been wanting to use on something, and I think this is a perfect opportunity. Just a ram horn that kind of fades into, like, I don't know how to really explain it. It just has like a blocky pattern, and I think it looks really cool. So I'm going to use it here. Yeah, that looks sweet. It mismatches a little bit with the helmet, but honestly, I think that looks kind of sweet. Now, as far as spokes and that stuff go, I think I'm going to skip on this uniform. Definitely want Nike, just because we're doing a regular NFL uniform. Don't want to go too crazy with that. I'll get both, see which one looks better. Chest one looks good, and the shoulder ones overlap on the horns, so I think I'm going to go against those for now. Yep, so definitely the Nike looks good. I think that I'll make this either white or yellow. Let's see what yellow looks like. Yeah, I think that'll work. I think I want to go with yellow numbers, so I think that'll look really sleek. As far as the logo goes, I don't think I want a shoulder, but maybe take a little inspiration from what they're doing now with their logo tag on the back of the jersey. Maybe something like that might work. So just a heads up, if you're using this editor, always trust what the 3D model says. The 2D texture isn't exactly what the output will be. I'm working on fixing that, but as of now, the 3D model is a lot better. And then I also think I want to put just a big, bold Los Angeles across the chest. I think the Rams horns are great, and the Nike symbol is great, but it feels like it has a little bit of empty space on the jersey right now, and I think it could be helped a lot by giving it this big, bold Los Angeles, I think. And if we go yellow with that, and it'll be mostly yellow on this uniform. I'll probably keep the letters on the back white and a little bit of white from the logo. And as far as sports go, I'll probably go with academic here. There's a decent amount of fonts available, but this is just one of those universal high school varsity-like fonts, and it just I think it works really well, specifically for Rams throwback, because their uniforms in the past have always had that kind of retro classic look, and I think bringing that back would really help their aesthetic. I think they looked a lot better when they used that. I think that's pretty agreed upon. I think the Rams uniforms right now are a little controversial. The kind of futuristic look they went for, I don't know if it really worked. The Rams horns don't really look like Rams horns on the shoulders, at least. So I think this will look a lot better, kind of going back to their roots. And here I'm just messing around with the placement of the L Los Angeles. I think that having it bigger definitely looks a little better. Move it down a little bit. Maybe that'll be good. Yeah, I think so. And on the pants, since there's no, I don't know, there's not really something that would work, and I don't want to leave it blank, so maybe just how they have now, that big stripe. Maybe something like that'll work. But once again, it's all just kind of eyeballing it. Like, yeah, just the yellow pants kind of looks weird. If we had just a full stripe and maybe make it blue, that'll give it the little bit of breakup it needs. And let's see, yeah, that looks good. I think that looks sweet. And as far as making uniforms go, I always try to add a little bit of if you're going for a unicolor look, I think you could get away with no stripes. But if you're having a multicolored uniform, I think having a different pant color with the stripe of the main jersey looks pretty good. I think it looks a lot better than just leaving a solid and different color. And I'm just adding the belt here, just a nice option to have. I think a lot of teams benefit from having a different color belt, but it's not a necessity. Then I think we'll probably pull the numbers in-game for the Rams' old uniforms that already had the pre-stitched numbers, so we don't have to do that manually in this one. I think that should probably turn out pretty good. So yeah, I think if we save this one and then make an away uniform quick, then we could go ahead, port it into Madden 24, and I think we'll be on our way. And I just try to stay organized with this stuff, so I'll make a new folder for the Rams specifically for this one. And when I save these, I usually label them home, away, and if I have an alternate or alternates, I just try to give it some sort of name, so when I extract it, I kind of could stay a little organized at least. I mean, it's always good, especially when modding, you end up with so many random files, so being organized is pretty cool. Then as far as the away uniform goes, I think just swapping the yellow with the white will be good. I think that'll be really good. I think the pants, as far as the pants go, probably stick with that yellow. I think this looks okay, but I think for the actual mod, it would be better to stick with that yellow on the horns, and going like their retro classic throwbacks now, how they have that the yellow shoulder with the blue horns. I think that'll be a good direction for us to go into here. Just making the logo tag a little bit more prominent, so you could actually see the logo with the white text on the white uniform. And yeah, just looking for a filled sleeve here. If I could get a filled sleeve and make it yellow and put it under the ram horns, I think something like that'll probably work real well. But only one way to see. Let's check it out right now before we bet on it. Didn't save there. This is fidgeting a little. Oh, why did this appear again? Yeah, here we go. I think that looks sweet with the yellow helmet and the off color. Yeah, and I think if we go with the blue pants or yellow pants, I think I prefer yellow, the same yellow pants we used there. But I think if we do these blue with yellow highlights. Maybe that'll look good as well. But I think in the actual mod, I'll stick with the pants I made for the last one for the away uniform too. Not an icy white or anything, but I think the white tops with the yellow bottoms would lend themselves really, really well to this top that we've created. But I'll save the blue pants and see. Maybe it's something we want to use for the mod. And once again, just saving these in their own away zip, so I just know what's going on. And maybe if I make a white set of pants, maybe that's something that will be good. Let's see, if we just switch that to white and switch the yellow parts to blue, maybe that'll flow a little bit better with the whites, or just an option. Let's see. I think this looks a lot better. Yeah, I think this looks a lot better. It gives us an icy white too. I'll probably include this one as an option. Mess around here a little bit, see if I put a yellow stripe in there. I don't think it looks right. I think just a solid blue goes really well with this uniform. Yeah, I think that's cool. So I'll save that as an alternate too. Definitely see if we can make that one work. And I'll just save these under like an alternate pant zip file. See, so that way I just know where to find it. Okay, now that we have that done, we could get into the fun part, importing this all in the game. Just right off the bat, opening up the Frosty editor. If you're new to modding in Madden 24, check out the Madden modding community. I'll link the server down below, and everything you need to get started is in there, as far as how to install and how to run this Frosty editor and the mod manager. But as far as what I'm doing here, I just searched up Rams to filter out everything that isn't Rams, and I'm just checking. They switched the mix match into these football visuals, and I'm just checking in uniform visual folder here, the home and the away presets, just so I know exactly what files I need to be editing, especially this year because I added the Vapor template. Some teams have switched to the Vapor template and some haven't, and depending on if they have or haven't, you'll need to edit a different texture. So it's pretty vital to look at that before editing anything. You could always switch those and point those to different places, but I find it easier just to find where it's pointing and edit that uniform, so you don't have to mess with all that stuff on the back end. So once we check with that, we can do all that easy. And here I'm just going in and making sure there are no shoulder numbers, because I know the Rams uniforms, at least the regular ways they wear, without the yellow shoulder on them, they have like a weird shoulder texture, so I just wanted to make sure I didn't need to deal with that. And here I'm just going through finding all the new textures that we're going to be editing. And once I have all that, we'll be able to import it into these different files. And now just still going through those, making sure I didn't miss anything. Looking for the number arrays. These are the weird texture on the away uniforms I'm talking about, which I don't think we're going to need to deal with, luckily, here today. This one's a unique one, so most uniforms you don't have to deal with that, but the home and away numbers are something that I'm definitely looking to change here, so that I will keep those open. Now, just going back, I lost the away one, but looking at the textures, just making sure there's no shoulder number, because that's something I want to get rid of on these. There's none on the home uniform. And just double checking on the away uniform. I don't think there is on these, but I will check anyways. And we say it's an invisible color array, so we don't have to deal with it. If there was one there, I would just press the 3 dots and press clear assign value, and that would get rid of those for me. Now just going through, finding the uniforms I want to import. They're nice and saved in that folder. I didn't unzip them, so I'm gonna go off screen real quick and unzip those, which will show up as soon as I do that. It's gonna take me a second to just go through these files and find those. Yep, still looking for these. They're deep in my files, so I suggest putting them somewhere you could access them or unzipping them as soon as you download them from Jersey Forge. But here we see after unzipping them, they just start popping up. And after unzipping them, I could just go into there, select the file I want, and boom, easy as that. And that is imported from Jersey Forge, just like that. And same for the pants. I'm going to do the yellow pants first, the white ones a little bit later. Yep, so just going back now, I have that folder from zip file just for those pants specifically, so getting those in there. And yep, I lost the wait, so I gotta open that back up. Yeah, just getting back there. Okay, cool. And importing that away uniform we made over that. Yeah, so that'll work good. And now I have to find actually let me open up Photoshop first. Yeah, and I will get these all settled in. You have to go in and deal with the DDS stuff for this. I have a tutorial on how to do these helmets, so if you are interested or don't really know what you're looking at here, I would definitely go watch that video on my channel. It's Helmet Modding 101. It's really good if you're going to be doing a lot of custom uniforms, especially Madden 24 now. The player models look so much better, so being able to add a helmet to these uniforms and just kind of finish that up is really, really good. And here, just loading in game. The first time that you do it, sometimes it doesn't save the alpha layer. You know that you did it wrong if when you load it initially, it loads with all the colors in. But yeah, just sometimes it takes is closing it out, saving it again as a DDS, and loading it back into Frosty. And yeah, here we'll see. Still doesn't load, so I actually gotta close it out completely, open it up, and figure it out. Just select the area that you want and create that alpha layer. And usually I could just delete it, but for some reason it's showing up with this menu. And what's it doing? It's thinking a lot. Usually it doesn't take this long, but basically you want the sticker part to be white and the shell to be black on the alpha layer. I don't know why it's taking so long here. Yeah, this loading thing is not normal, but on the bright side, this didn't take very long, all things considered, and we're still gonna get it done pretty quickly. So there's worse problems to have, but yeah, this shouldn't be taking this long. So I'm just gonna color it in manually. This is an option too. Yep, and then resave this. Now that I have done the alpha layer a second time, yep, just press save and make sure when you have the DDS plugin, which the DDS plugin and all that stuff is linked in the Helmet Modding 101 video. So just search for DDS and import that helmet again, and now we see the sticker loads and the shell part does not. So that's when we know we did it right. Cool. And I'm also going to be grabbing the color of the helmet to match the face mask. But yeah. So open that up, and it's the first thing in that array is the color. So open up the Madden colorizer by BFit. Should be linked somewhere in the Discord that I will have in the description below. And all you gotta do is copy these RGB values, and then you copy the XYZ values into Madden, into Frosty. Yep, and now it's just easy as copy and paste into Frosty, and that face mask will match our helmet. Now, the next step that we want to do for these uniforms is find the number arrays, and this is actually the last thing we want to do here for these, so overall not a long process at all. So, yep, the dark blue isn't what we want. Let's look at the 2012 ones. I think this is around the Color Rush era, so maybe they had something here. You just want to go in. So if you want to look for number arrays, this is usually how I do it. Just a team, I think, has it. I'll just go through this stuff. Yep, and here it is, the Color Rush one that I was looking for. This will go great with the blue uniform, and now I need a bright blue one for the aways. That won't do, so let me go back in time a little bit. See if I can find something that'll work. Nope, that's not it either. Maybe want to get past that St. Louis Rams when they were doing the dark navy and gold. Yeah, that'll work. Doesn't have any nice stitching or anything, but it'll do the job here. And just make sure to save these as a DDS so you can just load the whole array. It's a lot easier when you do it that way. You could also save it as a PNG, but it'll save them as all 9 or 10 separate images, and you just have to import them all over, and it's kind of annoying, but it's definitely doable if you want to do it that way. And now I'm just importing those ones I just saved right over the ones that we're trying to replace. It's easy as that. So, yep, just time to save that and save it as a project, so that way I could export it as a mod later so you guys could all use it. Yep, and now just make sure when you're either using the mod manager or using the editor that you use Madden Spark, which is included in the tutorial that the Bleeding Red posted, and make sure to activate it, and then you're ready to launch a game. Sometimes I have issues with this. It'll try to read EA and start the game, but it won't let it. Sometimes I find going into the task manager and turning off the background service and like shutting down the EA background stuff completely and redoing it as work. Sometimes you need to repair the game. If there's a new patch, sometimes you have to load the game initially. So there's a lot of things that will kind of stunt this working. So if you ever have any problems, just ask a question in the Discord server I'm going to link below, and I'm sure somebody's run into it before or somebody knows how to fix it. And if nobody knows how to fix it, then we'll probably be able to help you figure something out. But yeah, as far as editing a uniform and launching and being able to test it, this is the steps you got to take. And we'll get in here in a second once I get the game to actually load with the mods, which should be soon. Yep, right about now we'll be able to load into game and see these uniforms in action. Yeah, those blue helmets look really good, and I'm happy. I really like the dark blue with the light blue uniforms, and I think these turned out pretty well. And these are going to be officially the first uniform mod I've made for Madden 24, but I definitely want to see what all of you guys make. So if you make something with Jersey Forge and want to release it in the Discord server that we have linked, definitely do that. The more the merrier. And modding uniforms and using your own custom teams and custom uniforms and fixing some of these horrendous uniforms in the NFL is something I really enjoy to do. And I really like sharing that with all of you guys. So yeah, as a first uniform mod, I think this is a necessary redo for the Rams. Their uniforms right now are not exactly awesome, and I think these would be a huge step up for them. So, yeah, if you like this video and have any other things that you want me to walk through in terms of modding, or other teams you want to see me go through and redo and rebrand, make sure to let me know in the comments, and to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more Madden 24 content coming up. Yeah, it's a Madden modding season is upon us, and I'm happy that you're all here sharing it with us. Thanks. See you next time.